Hello guys and welcome to SteveKnows. We've got a ton of virtual reality news stories to go over today, so we are going to get started. But first, I have to thank Flexispot for being today's sponsor. Let's begin. If you're like me and rocking an old, dated home office setup that is cluttered, ugly, and just doesn't fit the needs of your work life, or no matter what you do, you just cannot get a sleek gaming setup that you can be proud of. Maybe it's time to say goodbye to the vinyl chipboard and treat yourself to a Flexispot desk. The minimalist design allows for a cleaner environment to work and play, so you are always comfortable at your desk. The desk has two high-powered motors that allow the desk to change from a sitting to a standing desk, which is better for your health and posture. I sat on this desk and it took me all the way to my ceiling, so no matter the setup, it should handle the weight of whatever you put on it. It even has 3 memory modes, so you can save the perfect height for different occasions and get it just right every single time. I cannot express how much I love this desk as someone who spends nearly all day at my workstation. It has a very strong quality build that should last. They currently have a small sale on their website and have financing options available. I'll leave a links down below in the description. First, I'm just going to touch on it. I'm not going to go deep diving into this one. If you're not aware, Facebook, they have just announced that they are going to push you into signing up to Facebook in order to have an Oculus account. To enjoy virtual reality experiences, you're going to have to sign in with a Facebook account. Your Oculus account and your Facebook account are going to be the same thing. If you're new to virtual reality Oculus, they're going to make you sign in this way from October. But for us who already have the headset, it's not going to be forced upon us until 2023. I have a full, huge video about what the ins and outs of this are. I'll leave a link down below in the description because there's too much to go over. You probably already know about it. Let's not dwell. Let's get on to some more positive news, such as this one. It has me so pumped. Some of the best games I've played in virtual reality are the classics that have been ported, like Doom, Quake, Half-Life, and Half-Life 2, all modded and customized to work in 60OF. And another game has just been added to this beautiful collection, Wolfenstien: Return to the Castle. The modification is available on SideQuest for free. The modification is free, so you will require the initial game files, which you can download from Steam for a small price. And for the length of the game, the visuals that you get, the story that you get, it's one of the cheapest virtual reality titles you can purchase in comparison to what's out there on the store. You don't need a gaming PC for this, you just need to buy the game on Steam because you need the files and put those files onto your headset. There is two-handed weapon support, so both hands out front shooting an assault rifle. There's smooth locomotion, there's also comfort options. If you're new to VR, there's teleportation and snap turning. This game was originally released in 2001, but it's been reimagined for virtual reality thanks to the legends Dr. Beef, Baggy G, and VR Bumser. Name always makes me laugh. You're making such a difference in the VR space. You should be selling these mods to the devs and getting them to put this on the official store, and you can make a nice cut from it too. So if you like killing Nazis or like a first-person shooter and you like campaigns, pick this one up. I'll leave a link down below to my good friend's Gamertags video. He did a nice stream of it and good fun. Okay, some interesting news now for retro lovers out there. Retro lovers and gamers that are into virtual reality such as myself. A company called Virtuosity Tech have acquired Arcadian Virtual Reality, which were involved with creating virtual reality headsets way back in the 90s for the arcades, the SU-2000 and the SU-3000s. They are a huge, bulky thing and clearly before their time. Well, this company intends to bring some of those classic retro titles on that system to the modern day as a retro pack. These are going to be ports, not emulations that we've been currently used to. It's going to be an official port, and these games include things like Dactyl Nightmares 2, Buggy Ball, Ghost Train, Missile Command, Virtual Reality Boxing, Zone Hunter, Pac-Man VR, Extreme Strike, and Shoot Loot. Some absolute gems. This sounds like fun to be able to see what virtual reality was and what it is now, to see how far we've come in such a short space of time. It excites me. So this one is kind of random, but I kind of like the idea. Facebook just signed a multi-year deal with the NBA to make Oculus its official virtual reality marketing partner. Oculus VR and the NBA. This includes NBA G, Women's NBA, and the normal NBA. The courtside rail cam footage is now going to be called Oculus Front Row View, which is a nice idea. Calling one of the best views on TV, Oculus, we're now going to associate something positive with Oculus. Its Oculus venues coverage is also accessible through the NBA League Pass on Quest and Go. The company also says the new camera angle will be just one of the many ways that NBA and Oculus will provide an innovative experience for fans watching games at home. So maybe we're going to get courtside seats for virtual reality as well. That sounds perfect. So if you're into basketball, you're into virtual reality, they're going to be hooking you up with the best way possible to watch the game with a little marketing of Oculus on the side. Although you may need to sign in with your Facebook account to enjoy this. Probably will. So within all of this madness of this Facebook sign-in stuff on Oculus, it's been very easy to skip over some of the new features that are actually coming to the Quest because of it, and a simple one is the ability to have multiple profiles on a single headset. So you could be in a family and you want to share your device. Previously, you'd have to share the account, but coming soon, you'd have the ability to do just that, have your own profile on one device. Facebook's quote is, "And we plan to introduce the ability for multiple users to log into the same device using their own Facebook account. So people can easily share their headset with friends or family while keeping their information separate." So now every member of the family can have their own online identity, their own avatar, their own save. I'm not sure if this means you're going to be able to share your library across all of these profiles on this single device, which I think you should be able to. If it's within a family home, I'm sure you can do that. And if not, that's incredibly greedy. Please let me know if you know below on that one. I am definitely curious. So now you don't have to worry about your little sister, brother, or mother ruining your online reputation. So a new virtual reality horde game has just hit Steam that has a blade and sorcery styled combat, and it's inspired by Norse mythology and zombies. It's like this game was just made for me, just made for me. It is perfect. Chicken Waffle, the developer, have released Shadow of Valhalla. So expect old school, brutal, close combat, slicing off the heads of zombies. The story is you've been killed by a dragon awakening in Valhalla at the call of Odin himself. You're tasked with reaching Asgard by slashing your way through waves upon waves of the undead. As well as close combat, you do have magical spells that you have available, which you unlock as you progress further into the game. This is a single player title, and as you progress, you will battle in new environments and deal with new enemies. The devs said that the mechanics here have been inspired by Half-Life Alyx with their lasso grab. If you like carnage and you love zombies, I'll leave a link down below for you to check this one out. So that was new to PCVR. What's new to the Quest? From End Dreams no less, which I found really interesting because this is very different to Covert Ops. This is a fun, wacky wave shooter that was released in 2017, but is being brought to the Quest system on August 27th. The game seems to look pretty fantastic on the Quest. It looks really sharp, there are sharp lines, bold colors, I think it looks great. But the gameplay has a weird, fun twist where you've got to scan food items at the cash register while shooting and fending off crazy fruit. It just sounds like some trip. But I like games like this. Sometimes you don't want to dive into something that's so serious. You just want some light-hearted fun to pass the time, and this can do that. Now we also have some more haptics designed for some specific needs. So if you're really interested in VR in a certain space, or you just enjoy smashing out a game in the most immersive way possible, then Tactile Haptics may have you covered. So they have some new and improved products. They have a Saber Grip, which is an add-on for a two-handed sword. So that can be helpful for martial arts training in virtual reality, or Fruit Ninja if that's something you're into, or a single saber in Beat Saber. The remote does have haptic feedback within it, so you should feel the impact of swinging the sword. But the one device that makes me smile is the fishing rod add-on. It enables you to feel the tug of the fish in your reel. As you're reeling it in, you're going to have the resistance of that fish pulling on it. So if you're playing something like real VR fishing with photorealistic environments, and you're with a buddy just chilling and you both got one of these devices, it's going to be incredibly immersive. Just the cherry on top. Simple but effective. Something I think haptics needs though, something it needs very, very badly, is a modular device where it can be a sword, it can be a gun, it can be a fishing rod. Something that caters for all of these games, just one device, because at the moment we need to have one that's specific for each. So if you're watching this, please think of a solution for that. Time for the Oculus update. We've got some good news for those of you that have been waiting for so long for a Rift update. You Rift users have been sat in the shadows whilst the Quest has been getting all of the attention, update after update after update, and finally one is here that contains some improvements for you. And it's not half bad. It looks like in version 20 that you've got some more updates than the Oculus Quest did. The Oculus update of version 20 contains only 3 glorious changes regarding PCVR. So for Oculus version 20, it contains 3 glorious changes, just 3 glorious changes for PCVR and the Oculus Link. The first is recording in virtual reality. We've improved in VR recording by adding an image stabilization feature. This enhancement will reduce unwanted motion that can happen when you're looking around in virtual reality while streaming. And this is a big improvement, a big improvement. Stabilization, it just makes it so uncomfortable to watch when people are just swinging their head around so fast, and as a spectator, it can make you nauseous. It's something that you have to be really conscious of when you're streaming. So to take that kind of stress off, that load off your head, and be able to just get immersed in the game, I think that's fantastic news. There is also some head tracking improvements for the Rift S. They had said, we've enhanced rendering stability for the Rift S to improve head tracking. And since the Rift S is using inside-out tracking, we know that's nowhere near as good as having the external sensors. But it is much more convenient, so there's improvements in that space, which is always fantastic. Always want better tracking, thumbs up. And the Oculus update for the Oculus Link, there's been a small update. Users are now able to hide the Activate Oculus Link modal button. You can always enable Oculus Link from the settings, quick actions menu. I can't, it's just so lackluster, isn't it? Wow. Is that it? Well, that's it for me today, guys. Thanks for watching to the end of the video, getting caught up on the latest and greatest in the virtual reality space. I hope you now enjoy being able to get rid of a button on your Oculus navigation bar. Please subscribe to the channel, stick around for next time. Thanks to my patrons, you absolute legends, and happy gaming, guys. Good day!